Africa is a continent rich with opportunity. And when business and communities come together, its astonishing potential begins to be felt. With the Millennium Development Goals steering these partnerships, Africa's future is being rewritten with innovation, foresight, and inclusivity. Crossing the length and breadth of the continent, our journalists uncover these stories and share them with the world. Join us now for remarkable stories of partnerships across Africa, building the future and changing lives. It's Africa's time.
It's the end of the rainy season in the foothills of Mount Kilimanjaro, and we're on an avocado farm called Africado to explore how skilled professionals can help turn a business around and transform the lives of thousands who farmed this land for generations.
So you're enjoying the miserable weather of Tanzania?
Yes, I'm loving the miserable weather.
We've got 40,000 trees, which is 137 hectares. Well, our first planting was 2008, and we finished planting in 2012.
What's your best thing to do on the farm?
Well, I think walking the crops, getting out and about and spending time on the farm. I'm James Parsons. I came here in 2007 because I was looking for land to grow avocados. Coffee was the mainstay of the economy here, and the coffee prices have collapsed over the last sort of 20 years. So most farmers have lost out on an income and on export income on the cash crop. And for example, this farm and all the other coffee farms are just sitting empty. Finance was one of the biggest challenges, so we've got two venture capitalists involved here. One is AAC and one is Norfund. So they've backed us to develop this farm, build a pack house, and to start the outgrower scheme, because they're very much interested in social development of the area. Coffee and avocados grow in very similar climates, so this was an ideal place to come. And this coffee farm happened to be the highest yielding coffee farm in the world, so we knew it was going to grow really good avocados.
The Outgrower scheme creates a win-win scenario, dramatically increasing Africado's export fruit supply and providing local farmers with a stable income. James needed someone with experience to get it up and running, so he turned to human capital development organization Amsco.
I'm Kofi Enda, regional manager for Amsco for East Africa. I've been running the operations in East Africa for the last 7.5 years or so. I'm originally from Ghana, originally working in banking, but I think I wanted to be more involved in something where I could see and touch what I was helping to develop, what I was helping to build. I could point at something and say I helped develop that. The project focuses on building the capacity of African enterprises, building skills in African enterprises. But we do this in a unique way. It is not simply about training people. It's very much a hands-on capacity development project. So what we will do is that we will identify an institution that needs support, that is having a particular management or technical skills challenge. And where those skills cannot be filled or cannot be satisfied from the local market, we will identify an expatriate who has those skills. Bring that individual into the company for a period of 3 to 5 years.
Kofi, nice to see you.
Hi, Duncan.
Hi, how are you?
Fine, thank you. Good to see you.
Good to see you. Come along in. Let's chat. I'm Duncan Page, and I'm an agricultural engineer. Amsco appointed me to come and work with Africado to develop their outgrower scheme that Africado are running with their avocados. I built a pack house in the first year I was here, which is going to take the fruit from this farm and from outgrowers and then pack it, put it in cold store, put it into refrigerated containers and export it to Europe. Every white sticker you can see represents our outgrowers, where the outgrowers are located. So this is Fu with 13, shows you've got 13 farmers with 899 trees. And the rest of the stickers represent all of the farmers and the trees that we have located around the mountain. It's going very well. We've now got 2,400 farmers.
Oh, that's an additional 400 farmers from the last time we were here.
That's right, yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, so we're growing it and we're still pushing ahead for the 3,000.
We've been working with a UNDP facility based out of Addis Ababa called the African Facility for Inclusive Markets that looks at how what support can be provided to supply chains and value chains. And one of the focus areas is the agricultural sector. We can introduce you to them and see how they can support your work further.
You know, with projects of this size, when the amount of resource you put in is definitely proportional to the effect and the results that you get. And I think the more assistance we can get in that area, the better it'll be for the project.
Are your outgrowers, do you think they're coming up to speed? Are they getting the hang of it?
I think so. Yes, I think so. We've still got some training to do on the job, you know, as it were, on the farm. You know, we've got to get out to them. But they're getting there. So when I came in 2012 in July, nearly 2 years ago, the farm had developed something like 1,000 farmers, had given them trees to grow. And these farmers some of them are very small, you know, got very small bits of land, just a quarter of an acre, where they grow maybe a little bit of coffee and some banana. And the beauty of the avocado tree is that you can grow it in amongst the coffee and the bananas. It doesn't require an additional bit of land, you can grow it just in the middle. And so now it's given farmers an opportunity for some other source of income. Before they had avocados, they were used to the same crop, the vagaries of those markets, bananas and coffee. What we offer to the farmers now is a sustainable market, a market which doesn't fluctuate like coffee does in price. So they've got a more guaranteed income. I think this is a great opportunity. When I first heard about the project, I thought this has got the makings of something very good for the community. I get a lot of pleasure out of seeing how people improve, how they can not be able to do something one day and then suddenly they do it, and they do it without any guidance. And I get such a lot of satisfaction from that when I know that I'm the one who's helped them get to that point.
I'm a retired biology teacher, but now I'm a farmer. I'm 67 years old, and the farm where I'm working is my grandson's farm. Traditionally, this land belongs to his father, but he will eventually give it to Jeremiah. That's why I planted the avocados. They are Jeremiah's avocados. In 20 years' time, I hope to be here eating avocados, because they say that avocados have got the progeny of keeping your brains intact. So I hope to be here in 20 years to come. Then I'll be 87 only. Isn't that beautiful? 87 only. I hope to be here still looking after the avocados.
Tell us about your relationship with agriculture. Did it start when you were young?
Yeah, it did. I started farming when I was 6 years old. I used to go to the farm with my mother. My mother used to be a farmer. Farming is a lot of work. It needs a lot of work. You have to love the land and love the plants if you want to produce anything.
So tell us about Africado and your relationship with them.
Africado have given us the seedlings, that's one. They brought us their officers to teach us how to plant the Africado, and they were there when we did the planting. They have been teaching us that these fruits should not be treated with chemicals. If anything done to the fruits, they have put it to be there.
She's a delightful lady, very enthusiastic about the avocados and growing them. And she's one of the ones who are first Global Gap certified farmers, we hope, in the next couple of months.
Agriculture can take you out of poverty if you do your part. And if you use that money wisely, you can build your house, you can take your children to school, you can even get motorized, get a tractor, small tractor. That means you can farm more land, that means you can get more crops, that means you can get more money, and that means that you get better life. And I'd like that for everybody, a better life.
Africado has a nursery where we grow the seedlings. We take a seed and we graft on a Hass cutting, and we develop those for about 6 months before we issue them out. This year we sold something like 30,000 seedlings to farmers. We've got about 100,000 trees out in the community.
Amsco's objective is upskilling locals at SMEs across Africa, and a central part of Duncan's mission is passing on his knowledge and experience to the farm's outgrowers manager.
My name is Mpuya Laurent. I'm actually responsible for ensuring that the outgrowers department is performing and excelling to the maximum of its capacity.
Do you love what you do?
Yes, I love what I'm doing because I'm very much interested in farming, and I'm really, as an agriculturist, very much skilled in agricultural issues.
Tell me about Duncan.
I found Duncan to be a person who is always keen in ensuring that I'm achieving my objectives.
He looks after, at the moment, 5 field officers and guides them on their daily duties, where they go and which farmers they see, with the aim of training them, issuing trees, organising the harvest. All those aspects are his responsibility. Mpuya is a very professional, dedicated guy, typically Tanzanian, very polite, very gentle, and a delight to work with. He's showing all the signs that he's well capable of taking over from me.
What does the word partnership mean for you?
Partnership is about working together, compensating for each other's weaknesses at times, and trying to coach and lift up rather than pull. It's about working together and carrying each other along as you go.
By the time Duncan exits the project, we need Mpuya to be able to manage the project himself, to be able to organise the structure, bringing in crop, payment of farmers. So Mpuya will be in a position to be able to run with the project.
So you've got to work yourself out of a job.
Yes, that's the definition of my success. If I can leave and it can continue as the way I've left it, then I've done the right thing. I've done the right job, yeah.